Mangwanani Mwalelepo Vukenjani Kleklas Vanave Africa. I'd like to welcome you to Africa Good Morning. This is, of course, the broadcast that makes sure that you stay informed with everything happening in Africa, being, of course, your portal into the continent's top stories. We begin in Uganda, where election tensions rise as human rights organizations are told to suspend work and opposition leader Bobi Wine pushes ahead despite a violent campaign trail. In Zimbabwe, a landmark court challenge targets the PVO Amendment Act. Somalia announces a sweeping diplomatic break with the UAE, while in The Hague, the ICJ hears opening arguments in the genocide case against Myanmar. We head to Botswana with correspondent Rorisang Mogojwe for current affairs, and we unpack Morocco's AI-driven economic plans and wrap up with high-stakes AFCON semi-final action news. Africa Good Morning can be watched on DSTV 2 at 5, GoTV 25, ntvafrica.my.na, and NTV Africa on YouTube. My name is Ashwin Berry. Top story shortly.
Ready to be entertained? We've got you. GoTV's got more shows just for you.
That's right.
More movies?
Yes, jackpot.
More kids shows?
Of course.
And more football than anywhere else.
No doubt about it.
Yes, we've got more. And we've got you. Pay for your current GoTV package and we'll upgrade you to the next highest package. Get more with GoTV. At home or on the go with GoTV Stream. GoTV. Love it.
Uganda's government has instructed two domestic human rights organizations to suspend their activities just days before the country's presidential election, drawing concern from international observers. The United Nations Human Rights Office has said the January 15 vote is unfolding in a climate marked by repression and intimidation. In a report released in November, the UN said hundreds of opposition supporters had been detained in the lead-up to the election, in which President Yoweri Museveni, aged 81, is seeking to extend his 4-decade hold on power. Museveni, who came to office in 1986 after a 5-year rebellion, is Africa's third longest-serving leader and has amended the constitution twice to remove presidential age and term limits. The two organizations ordered to halt operations are Chapter 4 Uganda and the Human Rights Network for Journalists Uganda, both of which have criticized alleged arbitrary detentions and torture of opposition supporters and journalists. Uganda's National Bureau for NGOs said the groups were engaged in activities considered prejudicial to national security. The Bureau's head confirmed issuing the letters. Separately, police last month detained activist Sarah Birete, charging her with offenses linked to unlawful disclosure of voter information. She denies the charges and she does remain in custody. We stay with Uganda. Ugandan opposition candidate Bobi Wine says violence and intimidation have become a routine part of his challenge to President Yoweri Museveni as the country heads toward elections tomorrow. Wine, a pop star turned politician whose legal name is Robert Kyagulanyi, says he has been beaten, tasered, and exposed to tear gas and pepper spray while campaigning. At 43, nearly a decade into a political career, he says such attacks are expected in his confrontation with what he describes as Museveni's dictatorship. Museveni has ruled Uganda since 1986, when Wine was just 3 years old, and is widely expected to win another term. Now, despite slim chances of victory, Wine has mobilized millions of young Ugandans in his second presidential bid, becoming Museveni's most formidable challenger in years. Government officials say security forces intervene only when campaign rules are broken. During the campaign, live bullets and tear gas have been fired at Wine's events, killing at least one person and leading to hundreds of arrests. Wine previously contested the 2021 election results, but later withdrew his court challenge. He has promised to restore rule of law, boost employment, and fight corruption, while critics question the detail of his proposals and note continued divisions within the opposition. We move on. A Zimbabwean rights activist has asked the Constitutional Court to invalidate the Private Voluntary Organizations Amendment Act No. 1 of 2025, arguing it was enacted unlawfully. Youngerson Matete filed the application on December 24, 2025, naming Parliament, the Minister of Public Service, Labour and Social Welfare, President Emmerson Mnangagwa, and the Attorney General as respondents. He contends that the law was passed in violation of constitutional requirements and parliamentary procedures. According to the application, Parliament breached provisions governing the passage of bills, public participation, and Senate processes, as outlined in sections 131, 133, and 138 of the Constitution. Matete also argues that Parliament failed to follow its own standing rules and orders, allowing the bill to pass despite procedural irregularities. As a result, he says lawmakers did not meet their obligation under Section 119 to protect the Constitution and ensure accountability in the exercise of state power. The president is accused of constitutional misconduct for assenting to a bill that had not been lawfully passed, contrary to his duties under Section 90. Matete is seeking a declaration that the act is invalid in its entirety. The law has drawn criticism from civil society, churches, labor groups, and international bodies who argue it restricts civic space. The case has not yet been set down for hearing, but we'll give you details as it does. Somalia has announced the cancellation of all agreements with the United Arab Emirates, accusing the Gulf state of undermining its sovereignty, national unity, and political independence. Mogadishu said the decision applies across all federal agencies, affiliated bodies, and regional administrations. It includes bilateral security and defense arrangements, as well as cooperation agreements linked to ports in Berbera, Bosaso, and Kismayo. The move follows claims that the UAE has offered tacit support for Israel's recognition of Somaliland as an independent state. Somaliland declared independence from Somalia in 1991, but had not been recognized internationally until Israel did so last month, triggering widespread backlash. The UAE built and controls a deep water port and military base in Berbera, located in Somaliland. Somalia also referenced accusations from Saudi Arabia that the UAE assisted a Yemeni separatist in fleeing to Abu Dhabi through Berbera, which Mogadishu described as an alleged unauthorized use of Somalia's airspace and airports. Somali authorities said these actions formed part of evidence that the UAE was interfering in internal affairs. The cancellation, they said, was necessary to safeguard national unity and political independence. Abu Dhabi has not been quoted responding in the report. The diplomatic rupture marks a significant escalation in tensions between Somalia and the UAE, and we'll be keeping an eye on those developments. The International Court of Justice has begun hearing opening statements in a case accusing Myanmar of genocide against the Rohingya ethnic minority. The case was filed in 2019 by the Gambia, which argues that Myanmar's military operations in 2017 violated the Genocide Convention. In opening remarks, Gambian Justice Minister Dauda Jallow said his country was motivated by its own history under military rule and the absence of accountability for crimes against Rohingya. Myanmar, now under military control, has denied the allegations and challenged the court's jurisdiction, arguing the Gambia was not directly involved in the conflict. The case centers on a military campaign launched in Rakhine state after attacks by a Rohingya insurgent group. Security forces were accused of killings, mass rapes, and the burning of homes, prompting more than 700,000 Rohingya to flee to Bangladesh. Lawyers for the Gambia told the court evidence of genocidal intent was compelling, even if counter-terror motives were claimed. Myanmar was initially represented at the court in 2019 by Aung San Suu Kyi, who denied genocide claims. She is now imprisoned following a military takeover. Around 1.2 million Rohingya remain in overcrowded camps where humanitarian conditions continue to deteriorate. Those have been our top stories on Africa Good Morning. Shortly, we'll be joined by Rorisang Mogojwe as she delivers the first Botswana report of the year. But prior to that, let's have a look at the weather. right, it's time for us to get into the Botswana report the only way we know how, and that is with Rorisang Mogojwe. Dumela Rorisang, compliments of the season.
Dumelang, compliments of the new season. It's good to be back here on Africa. Good morning.
It's good to have you here. Now, getting into the first story, President Duma Boko ordered an urgent intervention and revitalization of Princess Marina Hospital. Tell us more.
The surprise visit by the president at the country's main referral hospital, Princess Marina Hospital right here in Gaborone, comes at a time where there have been many reports over the last few years about several serious challenges that are being experienced at the hospital. And these include deteriorating infrastructure, shortages of medical supplies, as well as a lack of critical emergency and life support equipment. Now, during this unannounced tour, the president interacted with healthcare workers and patients who expressed frustration among staff members, as well as long waiting times for patients due to a general lack of resource or just due to resource constraints. And so the president got to experience for himself firsthand these challenges, which he described as unacceptable. And so he directed authorities to urgently procure essential medical equipment in order to stabilize services. He also committed that the hospital will undergo a comprehensive overhaul within the year, transforming it into a state-of-the-art facility that will meet national as well as international healthcare standards. Many people are saying that the surprise visit is a step in the right direction by the president because of the situation right now at Princess Marina Hospital, which is deemed to be very, very bad, or which is very dire. And so because the president has seen for himself firsthand, perhaps now the situation can be remedied.
Right, Rory. Now, American YouTuber iShowSpeed brought major international attention to Botswana, and this was during his visit as part of his Speed Does Africa tour, and this was last week.
American YouTuber and content creator iShowSpeed was in Botswana last week, and his high content energy offered his millions of viewers an unfiltered glimpse into the everyday lives of Botswana, as well as the cultural heritage of the country. Now, one of the standout moments of his visit was a light-hearted sprint challenge between himself and Olympics champion Litsile Tebogo, who surprisingly lost the race, but many people are saying that he did that on purpose because he's a very humble guy and he gave the win to Speed. And this race quickly went viral and highlighted Botswana's global athletics profile. Now, Speed also showcased the country's natural beauty through safari footage, where he introduced international audiences to Botswana's wildlife and landscapes when he visited the Okavango Delta. Now, another moment, which was a standout moment and which was widely talked about, was, when he tried to buy a diamond and was informed that rough stones cannot be purchased directly by individuals. And many people are saying that this interaction actually exposed the realities of Botswana's tightly controlled diamond systems. And, sales are managed through official channels, and only select buyers can actually acquire rough stones. And so it sparked widespread debate, highlighting, debates really about resource access as well as economic inclusion. But overall, his visit drew large crowds and very strong online engagement, with many tourism and youth observers saying that actually his visit exposed the country, or rather helped position the country, Botswana, as a vibrant and welcoming destination for international travelers. But let's have a quick look at this interaction on the diamonds, when he discovered that individuals cannot directly purchase rough diamonds in Botswana.
What we do is we sort these diamonds.
Okay, what if I want to buy these? I want to buy one of these diamonds.
If you want to buy one of these diamonds,
yeah, who do I talk to?
You'd have to talk to De Beers or the site holders, because we don't sell. We only have 2 customers.
But I can't be a customer. This is my first time in Botswana.
We can make arrangements for you to buy diamonds. Yes. But these are rough.
Yeah, I know, but what if I want to buy a rough diamond?
No. We only sell rough to 2 customers.
And then maybe you can talk.
Is that part of your contract? Y'all can only sell to those 2 customers.
That's part of the contract.
Okay.
And just to highlight, these are all natural diamonds. So we're selling the natural diamond stone. The natural diamond is forever. So these are from the ground, no synthetic, no diamond, no lab work. These are 100% natural diamonds.
From our 4 mines in Botswana. We have 4 mines.
Fair enough, chap. Fair enough. I guess we can't buy a diamond here.
Wait, is this your first time touching a diamond?
I think maybe. Maybe. Like a real diamond?
Yeah. A rough diamond.
It's really been incredible watching IShowSpeed go throughout Africa. I believe he's currently in Ethiopia. Now, Rorisang, athletics will dominate Botswana's sports calendar this year with a packed program.
Well, some of the world's fastest athletes will this year head to Botswana as the country prepares to host key global events in the athletics world, kicking off the season with the Botswana Golden Grand Prix, which will be hosted by the Golden Door Sport Agency at the National Stadium here in Gaborone in April. Now, although this meet has been downgraded to silver status, it will serve as a key test ahead of the World Athletics Relays event, which is the centerpiece of this year. The World Athletics Relays is scheduled for May this year, still at the National Stadium here in Gaborone, where Botswana will make history as the first African country to host this global event. Now, beyond competing for relay titles, teams will also be chasing qualifications for the 2026 World Athletics Ultimate Championships in Budapest, as well as the 2027 World Athletics Championships in Beijing, China, with qualification opportunities available across days of competition right here in Gaborone. Now, the relays program we know will feature 6 events, that is the women and men's 4x100 meters and 4x400 meter relays, as well as the mixed 4x100 meters and 4x400 meter relays. Now, this busy athletics calendar will continue with the Africa Senior Championships from May the 12th until the 17th in Ghana, which will be the host of the 2026 edition. And Botswana is expected to stage the championships in 2028.
Thank you very much, Rorisang, for delivering the first Botswana report of the year.
That is all from me from Botswana. Until next time, Africa, good morning.
Africa, good morning indeed. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with more news.
Excellence. What does it mean? Is it a sign of reliability, a mark of outstanding quality? Is it a measure of your hard-earned success? Is it a feeling, the knowing that you've earned your achievements and that you've paid your dues? Is excellence something that can ever really be achieved? It almost seems like you can never attain true excellence, but that's exactly why we work towards it. Because excellence isn't something that can be given to you. It's something that must be earned, day by day, month by month, year by year. Excellence is a lifelong pursuit. Every milestone we reach is an opportunity for expansion, improvement, and innovation. A challenge for us to become better than we could have ever dreamed of. Our goal isn't to compete against others, but to consistently better ourselves, to impact entire economic sectors and global supply chains, and provide you with new avenues through which you can thrive. It's about building a level of success that is shared by all. At AGRA, excellence is our obsession, an obsession to outwork and outperform not our competitors, but ourselves. This obsession with excellence exists in everything we do, from engaging with our clients to providing value and building relationships. It's how we aim to build a nation's dreams, not only for tomorrow, but for years to come. We see every adversity as an opportunity for growth. Adapting to change is the only way to reach our true potential. We'll never give up. If there's no way, we'll make one, just as we have so many times before. AGRA is agriculture, so average will never satisfy us. We will always aim to exceed the expectations of our clients, our shareholders, and our people every step of the way. As Namibian agriculture continues to evolve, Agora remains the household name for products, services, and advice. As with high performance and high achievement, excellence is something you have to become through passion, commitment, and consistency. It's never easy, but who said it should be? Perseverance brought us here, and our strive for excellence will take us into the future.
Now, just foreshadowing, tomorrow we'll give you an economic update on Morocco's huge investment in AI. But for now, we are in Morocco for a different reason. The Africa Cup of Nations has reached the semi-final stage, with host Morocco facing stiff competition from fellow continental heavyweights Nigeria, Egypt, and Senegal. The tournament has produced a few shocks, setting up two high-profile ties ahead of the final in Rabat. Morocco, Africa's top-ranked side and 2022 World Cup semi-finalists, remain unbeaten and have conceded just one goal in 5 matches. They face Nigeria tonight at 10 p.m. in the capital, buoyed by a quarter-final victory over Cameroon. Nigeria arrive as the tournament's top scorers, led by Victor Osimhen and Ademola Lookman, and are seeking redemption after missing World Cup qualification. Earlier at 7 p.m, Egypt meet Senegal in Tangier in a repeat of the 2022 final. Senegal, ranked second in Africa, are one win away from a third final in 4 editions, while Egypt's Mohamed Salah continues his pursuit of a first AFCON title after twice finishing as a runner-up. We'll certainly be watching that without a doubt. Would love to hear your predictions. Go to our Facebook page, Africa Good Morning. There's currently a post there. Do let us know what your predictions are. Whoever gets the correct prediction, it'll be good to share that on the show tomorrow morning. So 7 p.m, Egypt versus Senegal. As I said, it's a repeat of the final. Will Salah finally get the best of Mane? And of course, Morocco versus Nigeria. Diaz, a quality player who also plays for Real Madrid, and Victor Osimhen. You don't need to be taught twice that that man knows how to score a goal. So lots of action in Africa Cup of Nations. Thank you for joining us on Africa Good Morning on DSTV 285, GoTV 25, 1up2.com, Network Media Hub on YouTube, as well as NTV Africa on YouTube. And do make sure you visit ntvafrica.my.na, that's Africa with a K, so that you can have a look at other programs from our incredible channel. My name is Ashwin Bedi. This has been Africa Good Morning. Swera Jaganaka.